Assignment number 6, and let's start with the preliminary questions. First is, what is interpretation? Interpretation is a logic formed on the basis of a knowledge base. So it contains all the different ideas, we could say, that are formed on the basis of the things that we are provided with. So in the second question, we could say we have given some examples. So it means that in this knowledge base, we have been given that C is true. So C is D is dependent on C, and here in this table we form various interpretations of that knowledge base. So these interpretation, that whether all the different conditions that could happen with the knowledge base are a type of interpretation, which means the propositional logic and ideas that could form after seeing a knowledge base. What is a model? Model is based on a knowledge base. It means that the interpretation is in fact true to the conditions provided by the knowledge base. So it means that if a condition is given in this specific table, then it should meet up with the requirements of the knowledge base. What does it mean for proposition to be entailed by a knowledge base? A proposition is entailed by a knowledge base if all the interpretations are based on the knowledge base, verify the presence of the specific variable. This means that if in this scenario we can see that we are checking whether A is entailed by the knowledge base, and in this specific exercise we will see that after seeing the condition from the interpretation, this interpretation table, we are not being entailed by the knowledge base about A, because we have been given no explicit information whether the A is true or false. It just doesn't matter. So in this scenario, yes, we are getting the information about the entailment. What does it mean for a proof procedure to be sound? A proof procedure is sound if the procedure claims that a proposition is entailed by the knowledge base. So it means that if a specific procedure is logically informed using the information provided in the knowledge base, then the procedure is told to be sound. What does it mean for a proof procedure to be complete? A proof procedure is complete if it can drive every possible proposition that is logically entailed by the knowledge base. It means that every possible information of entailment and interpretation can be given by the knowledge base. So it means that it should be able to verify all different conditions that are present in the knowledge base, so that we can say it to be a proof procedure completed. So in the second part, we have a sample knowledge base in which can see that A is dependent on B and D is dependent on C, but we have been given us more specified information that C is true. So it means that D is also need to be true according to this specific knowledge base, but we have been given no explicit information about A or B. So it means that we are not being properly entailed by the knowledge base about the personnel of the values of A and B. So we cannot properly make interpretations and entails for it. We could make interpretation, but it means that they are not really that specified. So here we have been given the first interpretation, true, true, false, false, which is being a no model, because we have been given information that C needs to be true. In the second interpretation, we have been given that C is true, but D is false. We have already seen in the second line that D should also be true because it is dependent on C, and it is verified by C. In the third interpretation, we can see that C and D are also true, but we can also see in the interpretation 4 that they are also true again. And in this both scenarios, they have been said to be a model, but we can see that we have again that A is false and true, B is true here, and in this scenario they both are false. Even though they are not properly following this specific line, we could still say that they are model because we have been given no explicit information that B is false or true. So in this scenario, we could say that these are model according to the situation we have been presented. And the entailment, as I previously mentioned, A is not being entailed by the sample knowledge base because we have been given no information whether A is true or false. And as we can see in the interpretation 3 and 4, we are not really seeing the value of A or B that much as compared to C and D. So similarly, the trend follows. We can see that B is also not entailed. C and D are entailed because we have been given proper information that C needs to be true so that D is also true. So this is all from my assignment. Thank you.